A number of years ago, pastor and author David Jeremiah wrote a book called I Never Thought I'd See the Day. It was a book where he highlighted a number of things that in his lifetime he never thought that he would ever see. Things that as he went through scripture, it told us our days would be like this. Days would look like this. There would be a time where this would happen. Or times when he thought Christians would not act this way, or Christians wouldn't do this, or we wouldn't sacrifice or compromise this. He had looked back at his life and had looked at all the things that he had gone through and said, I never thought I'd see this happen. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to see ahead of him. He wasn't able to put the things that we're living through in his book, because there are many things that I would include if I were to write a book like that. I never thought I'd see the day. A number of things I never thought I'd see. I just came from a retail store this morning, and there were a number of things I had to do before I went in, before I was even allowed to go in there. Things that just 3 or 4 months ago I didn't have to do that now I had to do. I never thought I'd see the day. Or last night, I watched the news and there was a terrible incident that occurred in Minneapolis. Reprehensible is probably the word that you could use. Incomprehensible. You just don't understand how things like that happen, where a valued life, someone made in the image of God, was taken by another image bearer. It just doesn't make sense. And yet done in such a nonchalant way that as you sit there, you're like, how is this even possible? I never thought I'd see the day. And yet then I watched as buildings burned and stores were looted and chaos erupted as things got flipped upside down. I never thought I'd see the day. And yet one of the things that we have to understand is that we as human beings are fallible. We as human beings are sinners. We as human beings have a problem. And there's only one solution to that problem. And it's not going to come through human means. It can only come through supernatural means. And that's what we need to rely on. I never thought I'd see the day where I really don't have many words. All I've been able to do these last couple of days is pray and plead and cry out and scream at times, because there's all of this stuff inside of me that I don't know how to express. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. But I do know where to go. I know that I can cry out to God and He will hear me. And then just pray that God, in the middle of this, that you will control it. What's pretty incredible though, as I go to Him, one of the ways that I go to Him is through His Word. And today is one of those days where if I didn't have the words, Scripture does. We're in our Proverbs challenge, and today is Proverbs 28. May 28th, we're in the 28th chapter. And instead of choosing one verse, I thought there were a number of verses that were totally applicable to the world that we live in today. The verses are Proverbs 28, 5, 12 through 14 and 18 that say this: Evildoers do not understand what is right, but those who seek the Lord understand it fully. When the righteous triumph, there is great elation, but when the wicked rise to power, people go into hiding. Whoever conceals their sins does not prosper, but the one who confesses and renounces them finds mercy. Blessed is the one who always trembles before God, but whoever hardens their heart falls into trouble. The one whose walk is blameless is kept safe, but the one whose ways are perverse will fall into the pit. I thought these totally fit our world today. So much so, I want to read them one more time and end with these verses as what we should focus on in these trying times. Evildoers do not understand what is right, but those who seek the Lord understand it fully. When the righteous triumph, there is great elation. But when the wicked rise to power, people go into hiding. Whoever conceals their sins does not prosper, but the one who confesses and renounces them finds mercy. Blessed is the one who always trembles before God, but whoever hardens their heart falls into trouble. And the one whose walk is blameless is kept safe, but the one whose ways are perverse will fall into the pit. I may not have the words, but Scripture always does. Let's be prayerful in this time. Be on the lookout for what we can do, where we can speak into things, and show people the answer for what it is they're looking for. It's not the things of this world. It's the things of God. So let's give it to those that are looking for it. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.